Hello everyone, Glenda Mollett here, and I'm in my craft room stamping with you today. And we're going to do one of the in color club cards for July 2020. We're going to make this Magenta Peony, and it's not going to take too long because when I was prepping the kits, I kind of prepped mine too, so most of it is already done, but this will give you an idea of how to put them together. And I'm just making sure that I'm oriented properly before I carry on. There we go. Okay, we're good to go. We're live and everything. Okay, so this card uses a thick Whisper White envelope, of course. Thick Whisper White card base, that's 8.5 by 5.5. A piece of 5 1/4 by 4 Whisper White for the inside. Then there's Whisper White pieces. This one is 5.5 by 2.5. And then there's there was a piece of, see, I've already done all the little itty bitty pieces too. Okay, so then I used a piece of Whisper White that was 1.5 by 3, and I put a piece of adhesive sheet on the back and cut those pieces out of it. And then I had a piece that was 2 by 3, and I cut 2 little and 1 big leaf out of that one. And then there's one for the sentiment that is 5/8 by 2 5/8, and a piece of vellum that started out as 3 by 4. And I'm going to show you something exciting about this die cut. A piece of bumblebee that's about 1 by 1.5-ish, just to cut out the center stamen. And then a piece of Magenta Madness, 5 1/4 by 4, to cut out the 4 pieces that you need to create the flower. I did a bow out of the Pool Party sheer ribbon. Look at this stuff. This ribbon is incredible. It gets smushed in the envelope, but it really puffs up good. Okay, so that. Holiday rhinestones. So that's what these are. These are the holiday ones. And we're going to use that one. I don't know what color it is, but it works really well with Pool Party. So we're going to use 3 of those. The dies are the Peony dies, of course, that coordinate with the Peony Prize Peony stamp set. So I used almost everything. All the leaves and the flower. This is where all the die cuts for the peony are. And then on my original one, I did not cut the center cardstock, but I think I might do it on this one and just show you. Now, I've already mailed the club cards, so, and I just thought of this. So I apologize that you guys aren't going to have it to have yours die cut, but you can certainly get the bundle and die cut it yourself. And then we're going to use one of the greenery embossing folders. And then I told you I was going to show you something really cool about this die cut. This is a sneak peek, because these don't come out till next month. These are the brand new, I don't even know what they're called. What are they called? Celebration label dies. So they're in the holiday catalog. Look at them. Is that not awesome? I love these dies. It's been a while since we had some nice big frame dies. So I used one of them on this card. And I'm going to put them back in here so I don't lose any of them. Okay, so you can get those in starting August the 4th. But you get one of these cut out in your kit. Yay! Okay, so let's get started with our assembly, because everything is done except die cutting the edge of the inside piece. I know, I got a little carried away. Once I had it all cut out, I remembered that I needed to cut mine, and that didn't happen. Okay, so the card, there's the inside piece. I'm going to put that to the side. There's the card base. Now this is going to go on here like this, and I did a little flaggy thing at the bottom So I measured up. I can't remember what I measured up. I measured up a 1/2 inch from the bottom. So first you use your grid paper to find the center. Is this in line in camera? There. So I use my grid paper to find the center. And then I'm going to measure up a 1/2 inch on that center. So that's going to go right up to there. I didn't want to make it too steep. I wanted to have a relatively shallow flagging on the end. So then you just cut up the center and cut from each corner like this. And there's the flagging done. It's not that difficult. Okay, so now we'll put this right onto our card. Oops. I like this stuff so much. I'm using the Stamp and Seal Plus for this because I ran out of the regular one. So this is going to stick really well. You probably don't need that much on there because they come in little sections. Okay, so now I'm going to use my grid paper again to center this. So I center the card, and then, oops, I have to do it upside down. Sorry. Center the card. I use my 8 as a center because that's where the thick line is, and then center this on there and have it right up to the top. And there we go. That's done. Yay! Okay, so where did my vellum piece go? Because I will put that on right now. And that will be underneath where the flower is, I hope. I might have put that down a little bit too far, but that's okay. So this just fits right in there, like that. Okay, so there's that done. Now we'll put the flower together. So this peony is really easy to put together. I'm just going to do a little bit of sponging first before we get started. So this is the bottom where these little dipsy doodles are. So this is the very center piece. So I'm just going to go around the top. And then this is the next one. So we'll do around the top as well. And then I'm going to do this and just put a little bit on there. You got to be really careful doing this because you don't want to rip that off. There we go. And then this one, I'm going to do the same thing. A little bit at the top. And then stick my finger in there and just put some right there. And this one I'm going to do it on the bottom because you don't see that part of it. So a little bit there and then right around the top. You can do this. You don't have to do this. Doing it without the sponging is just fine. Just be careful because this ink is really, really intense and it gets everywhere. As you can see on my card. Yeah, I got a boob. Sorry, that was out of camera. There we go. Okay, so now we got to put this together. So I'm going to put, I'm using different adhesive because I don't want this to stick like it does when you have the Stamp and Seal on it. So this is a little bit of different adhesive. So so you have 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you start with the smallest one. And you can put this in now. Sometimes it's a little difficult to get this into the littlest one. And this is where it fits. So we're going to stick it in first. So I've just put a little bit of adhesive on there, and I'm just going to slide it down. Does it go there? Yes, it does. Okay, just making sure that I'm putting it in the right spot. There we go. Now you slide this one down into here. Now if you forget to put that stamen in, it doesn't matter. You can put it in afterwards. So that just fits. It really does fit. I don't know why it's being so obnoxious, but it just slides in there. There we go. It was caught. The adhesive was caught. See why you've got to be careful what adhesive you use. You can put it together and then slide the adhesive in if you want. Okay, so I've got adhesive on here, so I'm going to take... Oh, you know what I did? It's upside down. I sponged the wrong side. No, I didn't. Never mind. See, the dipsy doodles line up at the bottom. Then you take this one and slide it in there, and then turn it around and line those dipsy doodles up. Don't pay attention to what the front of the peony is doing, because it will line itself up if you get this all in the right area. Okay, so now we have to put a little bit of tear and tape. Not tear and tape. Stamp and seal on the bottom. Just a little bit. And then a little bit right here. And that'll hold it all together. Now this is poking out, so I'm just going to fold that back. Okay, so now the last one just slips in here. Like that. And then line your dipsy doodles up. Uh-oh, it's stuck. Come on. There we go. Line your dipsy doodles up. Make sure you're not poking over. And there, that's how you put the peony together. Now this one, I went ahead and used a bunch of dimensionals in between the layers to make it stand up a little bit more. And this one I'm just going to leave flat so that you can see the difference between the two. So I'm going to put some adhesive on the back of here, and we'll just put it on here. Now this I want to put my bow there, so I'm being cognizant of where I'm putting that. There we go. Now, we'll put the leaves together. I tried all different kinds of combinations for the leaves. I tried Pool Party and it just didn't look right. So that's why I went with white, because I think it looks really cool. So this already has adhesive on it, so you just have to pull the liner off. Oh, okay then. Adhesive is not on the whole thing. Alright. I don't want my top to be loose. Apparently I missed the adhesive sheet on this one. So I'm just going to add a little bit of Tombow. There we go. And then you just line it up on the leaf like that. They're very easy to put together. And by doing it white on white, you're kind of doing just adding texture. You're not adding it any color. And for these leaves, you can only put them one way. They only fit specific leaves. They're not interchangeable. And the last one. See all the pink I got all over my fingers just by sponging, doing that little tiny bit of sponging. There we are. So there's our 3 leaves. So I'm just going to take them and slide them in underneath. So I'll put a little bit of adhesive on there. And put that there. And the big one goes underneath on the other side. just slip that underneath here. That's why I only put adhesive in the center of the flower, because then you can slip your leaves in where you want them. And we'll just put that one right in there like that. A little bit further in, because I want it to look a different size. So there we go. And then glue dot for the ribbon. I'll just put a little bit of a little glue dot on the back of that. Oh, missed. And I'm just rolling it back a bit because it was showing, so I just kind of folded it. And then I like my bow right there so that it's on the card, but it's hiding a bit so it doesn't poke up as much. Now, sentiment. We're going to use, the sentiment comes from the stamp set, the Peony, Prize Peony stamp set. So we'll just stamp that right there. There we are. Now, while I'm at it, I'm going to let that dry. We'll get the inside in the envelope and we'll stamp the flower in there. So this is what the inside in the envelope looks like. So I've done a little bit of sponging around the edge. I don't want to lose these, so let's put those right up there. Okay, so man, this ink pad is juicy. Holy caroli. No wonder I got ink everywhere. Okay. Now, excuse me while I clean my fingers because I don't want to blob it. There should probably still be enough ink on the sponge to sponge the edge. Yep. This is really intense color and this ink pad is really juicy. There we go. Now just one more stamped image on the back. So I don't forget to do that. And now I'm going to close this. Okay, let's put the inside in. And this has really got stickability on this adhesive. You don't need a lot. I think I kind of overdid it when I put the flagged piece on there. Okay, sentiment. Let's flag the end of that as well. Slice it in the middle and then cut up from each corner. And dimensionals. Apparently I have some glue on the end of my scissors. And we'll just put dimensionals on the sentiment. And then we'll put them right onto the card. This goes really fast when you've already got all the work done for you. Okay, let's just put that up there for now. And I'm going to stick that right about there to make sure it's straight. There we go. Now, all we have left to do is put our rhinestones on. So I put one down here to highlight the sentiment. And we'll put one up there. And we'll put one over here. And that kind of frames your flower. Okay. Wow, that was a short video. But isn't it pretty? I love this Magenta Madness. It is a really nice color. Okay, so there we go. There's one of the cards for the July 2020 In Color Club. Thanks for joining me, ladies. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Stamped smiles, and bye for now.